Welcome back to the channel. Been a long time since I've recorded on YouTube. I'm excited to make more content for Bigger Grapplers. I'm with my guy Steve, and we're gonna go over a few things for Jiu-Jitsu, for Bigger Grapplers. And so this week, I think the prime focus should be on stance and motion and a penetration step, why these things are important. So for all my friends who are like beginners, all the people who are watching this channel who are beginners and don't quite understand what a penetration step is or what motion is or why it's important, why level changing is important, I'm just gonna take this time to kind of like explain it and then give you some live examples of what that is. And we'll work on like a little shot or a misdirection or an arm drag so you guys can get some, I don't know, real life data of what it looks like, I guess. And so, yeah, first thing, when we're talking about stance, we want to make sure that we're, wait, I think there's a difference actually. You're not going to be wrestling people. I think I'm trying to be too professional. Okay, listen, motherfuckers. You're not going to be wrestling people when we're talking about jiu-jitsu. You're not going to be down in a stance like this wrestling people. The second you get down to this, you're going to come across somebody that sits down like this and starts doing this to you, okay? So if you're 185 pounds or heavier, you're going to be wrestling like this in a stance upwards. Like we're going to be facing each other wrestling like this. This is how it's going to go. You're never going to be this low unless someone's on their butt and you're trying to get around them, okay? That's just a tip. I just wanted to give that to you guys. That's just like an understanding of how jiu-jitsu is going to go when you enter with someone who wants to not wrestle you, okay? And so when we're talking about stance and motion, all you want to make sure that you're doing is keeping yourself really balanced, keeping yourself strong in your legs, and then giving yourself a hand in front to kind of block or sprawl. Like if someone's trying to take shots, I'm keeping myself like this. He wants to take shots, I'm using my hands to lift him up. I'm moving him around, right? I'm not just standing there, hands up like this, getting attacked, right? So you want to make sure that your hands are kind of staying in a good center, grabbing him or getting to him first, or most importantly, getting to the insides, or most importantly, getting his elbows away from his rib cage so you can start gathering moves to get around him. And so think of that as the first concept when we're talking about movement. We don't want to just be stand still. We don't want to have our hands out like this. We don't want to be on the heels of our feet. We want to be on the balls of our feet, back and forth, just kind of like a boxing, stance. Because we want our hands to be able to touch and grab and move and control as we go around. Good lateral movement. We want to be able to move. We don't want to just be standing stagnant or my arms up too high. That's how he's going to get inside position and take shots on me all day long. So you want to keep yourself in a good balance of movement and stance. When we're talking about penetration step, what a penetration step is, I want to penetrate the invisible line between his ankles, right? And so, we'll step back a little bit more. His ankles have like, let's say an invisible string. And so all I want to do is find the angle. If we're thinking about an analog clock, think of an analog clock. 1, 6, 3, 9, right? 1, 3, 6, and 9, yes. And so what you want to make sure you're doing, if he's standing in this motion, I'm not going to attack his front lead leg just like this. I want to use my hands in some way. I'll show you guys as we continue to progress through these series, we continue to press through these videos, how we create angles. But for now, just try to keep up with me. I'm going to use my hands to move him in some way and create an angle to then penetrate through this opening, right? Whether that back leg is there and I want to shoot with this front leg, I can move him in a direction where now I'm creating an angle and penetrating in between his legs. And so the penetration again is going to be, most wrestlers tend to do square stance. Most wrestlers tend to go heel, toe, like knee, and then post. Let's turn this way. They'll post, head to the outside, and then drive. One thing I'm going to challenge you guys to understand is that, again, everybody teaches different. This is what I truly believe. Do not drop to your knees in jiu-jitsu from a shot with a bigger guy on you. Because it's not just a sprawl you have to worry about. If this person takes a bad shot on me and he gets to the outside, say your knees all the way down, Steve, all the way down, and he gets to the side, I have the opportunity as someone who's grappling to guillotine him all day long, right? Especially if the takedown's bad and I can pop the hip to get his head on the outside, bring him to the inside and get another guillotine. I just personally believe it's kind of like running, right? As a bigger guy, we have blast doubles. If I can just create the angle, then I can make sure once I create the angle, I just level change and drive. Feet chop like the Flintstones. Chop the feet, run forward. Okay? And so I'll show more of how that looks. I'm just trying to give tips right now and understanding of just how we want to approach when we're creating movement, when we're creating stance and motion and other things. And so how you can practice working on your stance. Usually you just set a timer and then you're just keeping yourself kind of just in a good position, you know, to be moving around, to just keeping yourself ready. I'm looking down because I'm looking down, but you should be having your eyes up, you know, neck kind of like structured within your traps, and you're keeping yourself nice and tight. You're just moving here, moving the feet, stance in motion. We're moving around, right? And so, stance in motion, you want to make sure you have good movement. You're not just getting low like this or touching your hands to the ground. If you are a wrestler who is watching this video, I promise you, everyone in your bracket is gonna know that you wrestle, and they will sit to their butt immediately. I just want to throw that out there so you have a good understanding of that. The second thing, penetration. We want to hit the invisible line in between their ankles. Create an angle like an analog clock. You don't want to be, you know, 12 to 12. Go to 2, go to 11, and then hit at that angle of them. The best way or a good setup is to pass by people who are putting their arms straight out. As soon as they put them out, pop them up, level change, blast as you've created your angle. Hope that helps. Subscribe. Thank you guys so much. Peace.